Social media management is notorious for being high pressure, competitive, and changing literally every day, which is why it isn't surprising that most social media managers get burned out within the first 2 years. So how do you keep going? How do you stay up with the latest updates, protect your mental health, and build a successful social media management business that supports your lifestyle goals? Whether that's working from home with your kiddos or jet setting around the world, that's what this show is all about. Welcome to Social Media Manager Confidential. I'm Shantae Gorman, founder of a 6-figure social media management agency and mentor to social media managers. And I'm here to dish on the ins and outs of the social media management world without any of the gatekeeping that can come along with it. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and you'll leave each episode inspired. Let's dive into today's episode. Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Social Media Manager Confidential. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I'm excited that you're taking a few minutes out of your day to spend time listening to this episode. You have been so sweet with DMing me on Instagram and rating this podcast, which helps me keep this podcast going, and I seriously appreciate you. Today, I'm answering the question I get all the time, and that's how I create a strategic content calendar for my social media management clients. I've broken this down into 10 steps for you, so grab a pen and paper or open up your notes app and get ready to take some notes. Before we do that, though, we need to take a step back and look at our overall strategy, and then we decide how our content will fit into that. So when you're creating the strategy, the first thing you're going to want to do is start with your client's goals. What are they specifically? What are they trying to accomplish with social media and the specific platform that you're on? If it's traffic, if it's creating community, bringing brand awareness, things like that. And then from there, we're going to select key performance indicators or KPIs that match those goals so we can have some way to measure if we're accomplishing those goals or not. This could be reach, it could be impressions, it could be the number of followers, engagement, all kinds of things. And then from there, you want to determine the audience of your client. Ideally, they'll know this, but this can kind of help you start to research what it is they're doing on social media, what kind of content they like. And then you're going to research the competitors of your client. What are they doing on social media? What seems to be working? What seems to not be working? And from there, you're going to take all of this information and then you're going to audit your own client's account and see what they're doing well and what they're not doing well, and maybe some opportunities for what they can improve on. From here is where we're going to create that new content strategy using all of the information that we just had in the first section. And then you can plan your content calendar, get that approved by the client, and then start creating content. Now, when it comes to the content calendar, here are the 10 steps that I promised you, and it's pretty simple, but this is like the easiest, quickest way to kind of build one out before you actually start creating the content itself. So step 1 is selecting the platform if you have multiple platforms you're managing, and the posting days and times. And I find it the most helpful to be looking at just a calendar, like an actual, square calendar showing the dates and the times that you're going to be posting and marking them there so you can just have a visual. Because visual planning is the way that my brain works, and probably a lot of the way other social media managers' brains work, because most of us are more of the visual, creative type. And then step 2, you want to mark any relevant holidays. I like to use National Day Calendar to look up holidays that are happening in that month or the week or the day, just to see if it's something that my client needs to post about. Most of the time it's, there's not something that would fit within the strategy, but sometimes there is, or it's something very, very niche, or it's very important to that specific target audience. And so posting about it or honoring it in some way is important. Slide right in here and interrupt for just a moment to let you know that you are personally invited to join the Sugar Punch community for social media managers. Inside this community, social media managers like you come together to meet and support one another, get answers to burning questions, and build a thriving social media management business. It's 100% free, plus you'll get access to exclusive trainings and resources, be invited to special events, participate in fun challenges, get added to our social media manager directory, and more. Create your free account by going to community.sugarpunchmarketing.com. I'll link it in the show notes for you. See you inside. Now back to today's episode. And then step 3 is marking any specific dates for your clients. So if they have a birthday, they have a launch, they have a sale happening, we want to mark dates for those. And if we need to do like promos leading up to those, kind of some teasers, we'll fill those in the calendar as well, since these are the most important when it comes to strategy. And then step 4, you're going to fill in the other spaces with your post topics, just the concepts, the ideas of what the post is going to be about. And remember, you want to lead people through the buyer decision journey, know, like, trust, sell. Step 5, you're going to choose which format will perform best based on this topic, whether that's a reel, whether it's a carousel, a static image, like a photo dump, whatever it is, this is where you make that decision. And then step 6 is when you're going to start writing your caption. And I find this to be easiest to just kind of brain dump, word vomit it out, type it all out. And then step 7 is when you edit the caption, not just for clarity and readability and like really easy to consume on social media, but you're also going to enter your keywords in here. You're going to keyword optimize it in this step. And then step 8, select your relevant hashtags. Again, depending on the platform, this strategy will vary, but typically it has to do with the keywords that you're using and have pulled in the caption. And then step 9, you want to enter your call to action. And step 10 is adding any relevant tags if needed, which is, like the location, or you're tagging accounts or collaborating or things like that. So that's how I plan out a content calendar and create content for it. And it's what my team follows as well. It just makes the most simple, where we have a broad overview and then we focus on what is most important when it comes to what type of posts are going out and like the topics and things. And then we get really deep into like, okay, what is this actual post? So if you want more details on creating a strategy that actually sells, because it's leveraging buyer psychology and social media audience behaviors, I teach that and so much more inside my social media strategy class, Marketing Quick Starter. I'll link that in the show notes for you so you can check it out. And if you have any friends who are social media managers struggling with this, share the link to this episode with them and help them out. And if you're not already following this podcast, make sure you hit the follow button or the plus button in Apple Podcasts. You can get brand new episodes delivered straight to your podcast app every Friday. Thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Learn more about my digital template shop, online courses, and mentorship program by going to my website at sugarpunchmarketing.com. And while you're there, make sure you join my safe, supportive community created exclusively for social media managers. It's 100% free to join and packed with really amazing resources, trainings, and people. See you next time.